Hey everybody, it's Michael Salty Well. Now, when I make these videos or podcasts and all that, I usually outline what I want to talk about. But sometimes it's better just to, ramble and get things off your mind. There's a lot of stuff going on, so it takes forever to write out all the cards, all the things going on with Everfest and everything like that. But I want to start off with, even before talking about Everfest, I want to talk about Monarch. I want to talk about Tales of Aria, that too. But right now, you had the Farewell to Welcome the Wrath going on, and I did a sealed event last night. I haven't played sealed Welcome the Wrath for over a year now, probably, and it was a really good time. I got my ass kicked, but I ended up playing as Bravo. I won my first game, lost 2 games after that, and at the end, I got a cold foil Young Katsu, which again, I'm a ninja player, so I absolutely, ecstatic. I even got one of those. But when you go to these events like that, it's easy to take for granted all the prizes, support, and everything you get like that. LSS puts a lot of effort into the game, and even though Everfest is coming out now, they're doing a farewell event to Welcome the Wrath. So they're showing support and love for their older products. They're not ignoring that. So I had a great time doing that, and I'm doing another event tonight. Today's January 30th. So just getting those games is a lot of fun. And so, again, I'm not a big unlimited collector and all that, but it reminds me, if you want to get your Welcome to the Wrath, Arcane Rising, unlimited boxes, now may be a good time to do that. Not investment advice, because I'm not buying them myself, but if you ever want to play those again in the future and have those experiences, it'd be a good time to pick them up. Now, again, they're out of print, but there's still some in the market, so there's no point in waiting until later to buy it, unless you're buying more Everfest right now. Now, my thoughts on Everfest, now that we've had all the spoilers, the season's gone on, we had the reveals and all that stuff, it was really fun to watch. Now, I've heard people say, oh, this is too Guardian-centric and all that, but every set has a theme to it. Everything has what they're given. And yeah, we had a new young Guardian, and we had a new Bravo. But it kind of makes sense, though, because Bravo is from this region of Aria, and he's the star of the show. And this is a Everfest Carnival. So them revealing the new Bravo was only amazing, because ever since I started playing Flesh and Blood back in 2020, we always thought, oh, okay, well, what if a hero gets retired? Are the specializations not going to be no longer used and all that? So that's been a thought in my mind forever. I thought this would happen when the hero would get retired. They'd maybe make a new form of the hero, because LSS never wanted to, make cards invalid. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have some bans and all that, but it's not that many. But for example, a Hero Dorinthia, you didn't want to lose her, specializations if she gets retired, because then you're like, oh, I have alpha cards that I can no longer use. So with Bravo started a show coming out, one, that was only amazing that you had a hero from the original that was updated. A lot of people love Bravo because they're big Bravo players, and now you have 2 versions of Bravo to play. So you have the traditional Bravo, or now you have the Bravo that has all the access to all elements from Tales of Aria. And I'll go back into that in a minute. But some of my initial thoughts on Tales of Everfest is, reminds me of Crucible War. It's a lot to take in the beginning. There's cards for all the heroes. Everyone's like, oh, well, these few heroes got a lot of support. Brute's not getting any love, Ninja's not getting any love, and all that stuff like that. You gotta consider is, when Crucible War came out, that was the same thought at first too. A few months later, people came up with some really kick-ass decks. And when that happens, you're like, oh, wait, maybe this card is actually valuable, or maybe I was underwhelmed, but my brain couldn't comprehend because there was a few hundred cards released at once. So, with that in mind, is look at the cards for your class and see what it does. I mean, off the top of my mind, it looks like Runeblade got some love, which is usually happens, but I like it because I like Viserai, and it looks like he's getting some cards that he could really use. Probably Chain as well. Guardian definitely got love. I mean, hey, they got a new Legendary Shield, and they got the new Fable. which gives a seismic surge token when you pitch it. The cool part about the Fable for this set is it's usable by all Guardians, whereas the one for Crucible War is only used by Viserai. So with the new Fable coming out, I think that adds a lot of value to this set because there's a lot of Guardian players in the world. And not only that, is if you're Guardian, the Fable is kind of like a must-have. Now, I know there's complaints like, oh my god, there's a Fable that's a must-play. What is LSS doing? Well, that's a must-play maybe if you're competitive. It's one card out of a 60-card, 80-card deck. So I wouldn't call it must-play. It's more of a nice-to-have. Might give you a minor advantage if you pull turn-off with it. But it's not necessarily must-have. Don't get me wrong, I want to get it. I don't necessarily play Guardian, but if I had played Guardian, I would want to include it in my deck. Same could go with Heart and Eye of Fidia and also like too. And even Library. They're all playable cards. They're super rare for a reason. They're one-ofs. They're a chase card, they're fun to have, and all that. So I'm pretty happy with the Fable, and I'm glad it's tied towards Guardian. And I hope the other classes get their own Fables too in the future. It'd be nice to see a Ninja Fable, a Warrior Fable, and all that. Again, people were surprised, me too, because like, hey, we had the 2 landmarks. We had the landmark for Monarch, landmark for Tales of Aria, but now we're getting a gem. Personally, I like gems better, but I like the mixture of it, and I would like to see other Fable types in the future too. So, LSS keeps surprising us, or curveballs, that's great. But I would definitely like to see all the landmarks made, or I don't even know what all the landmarks made means, but just more and more landmarks. It's cool art, and 2, it adds new value to the decks and all that. So we had tons of items thrown at us, and it was really hard to comprehend. I don't even know how to comprehend it. So when I saw like 100 items thrown at once, again, I don't know the number, I'm just exaggerating. It's the same thing too, I mentioned too, is like we had information overload the past week. It just takes time to go into it. But what's really cool about the new items, I don't know if it's a talisman, amulets, or whatever there is, they could come in cold foil. And so now we have more chase cards in this set. So we have extended art Guardian Majestic, I believe. We have extended art offhand Defense Arcane Barrier. I don't know what it's called off the top of my head. So you have those chase cards, because you have the regular and extended variants. Now this set also includes cold foil, rares, which similar to Crucible War, but these ones aren't weapons. And this set also includes extended arts, looks like Majestics and rares. I don't know if commons too, so I don't know what could come in it, but they're giving the special treatments to a bunch of variety of cards. Which is really cool though, is because commons and rares, you get a lot of them, you get the rainbow foils, but now you have special variants of them. So for a collector standpoint, collecting this full set is going to be difficult, but it's a fun accomplishment to get. So I look forward to cracking a lot of boxes. I've bought tons myself. I usually open about 100 boxes a set. Tales of Aria, I think I opened 150. I forget. I went a little crazy on that one because I was chasing Fables. And it takes a while to sort all that. So maybe I won't do that. Maybe I will. But this is also less cards per pack in this set, so who knows. Now, going back to Monarch and Tales of Aria. I mentioned about a week or two ago, I bought tons of Phantasmal Footsteps, bought tons of Valiant Dynamos. Some people think like, oh, I must have had insider knowledge and all that. Well, if you look at it, there's no like special treatment to the illusionist, so definitely no insider knowledge. I just look at the markets all the time. I buy a lot of stuff. I trade a lot of stuff. I've been following Flesh and Blood for a while. And when I look at the Monarch, I see legendaries that are not tied to heroes and they're tied to classes. I think those have a lot of value proposition in the future. So the Phantasmal Footstep, I wouldn't say I did a buyout, but I bought about 15 to 20 of those, I believe. And the reason being is I thought they were too cheap. I bought as many as I could up to a certain value amount. Same goes to Valiant Dynamo. Now the thing with the Valiant Dynamo, I think that one got a lot of love for this set because Kasai got a specialization, and we see a lot of Blitz heroes getting specializations this set too, which makes Blitz going to be a lot more fun coming up. Now, also going back to the Monarch statement is print run numbers are going to come out soon. I have no idea what they're going to be. They might be high, they might be low, medium. What's the right expectation? Again, not financial advice, but I recommend it, while everyone's focusing on Everfest, it's a good time to pick up some Monarch right now too. I would even say Tales of Aria, and I'll get to that in a second. But Monarch's been out for not almost a year now, but like I think in May it'll be a year. Maybe we'll get print runs in a month or two. Again, this is speculation. I have no idea. But if the print runs are much lower than we expect, it's so good to have those cold foils now because they're really hard to get. Who knows how many boxes of Monarch were open? So that might make even the cold foils a better buy right now than even sealed. No, don't get me wrong, sealed is usually the recommended hold. But if there weren't that many boxes opened of the first edition, then there's less cold foils in the market. Then right now is a good time to buy those because the scarcity is there. So when I bought a lot of cards the other day, as expected, more people started listing. That usually happens. Doesn't mean I'm going to start rebuying everything that gets relisted on that. I already got what I wanted out of it. But something to consider when making a purchase like that is usually want to do it all at once. And you don't need to go back and buy everything that comes there. Just get what you want. So I got my stake in Monarch. I already have my boxes I wanted. I bought tons of them from Team Covenant before they screwed me over essentially on my subscription model with them. So I ended up canceling them for Everfest, and then I had to buy all my boxes from other places. But nonetheless, that's a long rant I could go into. So with Monarch though, is you're getting some love now with the new set. That's what I like about Everfest. Everyone's getting love with that. Maybe some heroes more than others. But going back to Tales of Aria though, Tales of Aria, people had trouble comprehending it. They're like, oh, it's a standalone set. It's only good for the heroes in it. Only Briar, Oldhim, and Lexi could even use the cards in that set. So like, oh, there's no value in there and all that. Well, what got me excited about Everfest is that's short-sighted thinking. Thinking that like, oh, LSS made a standalone set, you can only play those heroes in that, and there's no generics, so therefore the set sucks. Or, oh, there's no value in it, it's going to tank. Or Channel Fireball is dumping the product, must not be that good. What Bravo starting to shows, a little repetitive, is that, yeah, there's value in older sets. Don't forget them. They have a purpose later on. Bravo could use all three, not talents, all three elements from Everfest. So that means he can use all the equipment, he can use the lightning, the earth, and frost, things like that. So if people are saying, oh, Tails is a standalone set, well, now Bravo has access to all of it. So now it's applicable to WTR cards too. And well, those were applicable in those sets too, but what I'm trying to get a point across is just because the set seems isolated, it is not. Maybe it's isolated in that little block, but if you think in the big picture of things, LSS probably is like, all right, well, we're going to release this now. We got a supplemental. Supplemental did not help with any of the talents, but it helped all the classes, so it keeps things interesting. We have another set coming out in Q2. Will that have talents? Probably. Do I have any idea? No. I have no knowledge. Maybe we have PV coming out later in the year, or who knows. Again, these are all speculation points at this time. But when things come out, you got to think about, all right, I want to collect it. If people start ignoring it, and you're trying to invest and all that stuff, and maybe that's the time to buy it when prices go down. Because Monarch was $600 at one point. Now boxes I think are like $150. The Valiant Dynamos when I was buying them were like $120 to $150. That's cheap for legendary. Man, I think it was even cheaper than like some Tales of Aria legendaries. Yeah, there's a cold foil alternative for I think Snapdragon Scalers or Refraction Bolters are really good. But if you're trying to go wide, and it looks like Everfest is making you go wide with Warriors, those are the better the card, essentially. So I'm really excited about Tales. I'm going to stream it on this channel when I get it. I don't think I'm going to open all like 25 cases at once. That will take me the whole weekend non-stop streaming. I'm kind of slow at these things. But I'll do some box openings. I'll probably do like a midnight stream and all that. I'm really excited about Everfest. I'm really excited about what it changes the meta. I really want to try building a new Illusionist or Viscerai deck out of this. I don't know how to take in the ninja cards yet, but if I want to go full ninja now, I could probably get rid of the lightning strikes out of it, snatches and all that, and just do full ninja now. And I like that. I like that you can stick to a theme now. And the more decks that we get out, the more sets that we get out, the more flexibility we have. I know some people were upset that like, oh, we didn't have Command and Conquer reprints, we don't have E-Strike reprints. Technically, we don't really need those reprints. Those cards are a little expensive right now, don't get me wrong. But we still have tons of unlimited Welcome to Wrath and Arcane Rising available. So you can always buy those boxes, crack them, and get those cards. Again, I don't know the value proposition of that, so do your own due diligence when cracking or buying singles on that. But to keep reprinting cards is not exciting, at least for me. I think it's always exciting to see what else is new out there, what other options we could do, and things like that. Will there be reprints in the future? Probably. But there may be some other cards that do something similar that are just as good or whatever. And maybe it's not tied to a generic, but a class. So we had a lot of generics actually in this set too. I don't know what's good or not, but Fire Breathing looks pretty cool card. You could pump it up. Besides that, I don't really remember too many of the generics, but they all looked fun. They had like a carnival theme to it. LSS changed things up this set. They had the paper rips and all that. So another thing too is it was very interesting this week. It made it really hard to focus on sometimes. Is that everyone was doing their reveals this week, and we had really cool videos, a lot of content. But then some guy in Europe on Friday morning decided that it was a good idea to stream his box opening. Again, I don't know the guy. I don't know if he knew it was supposed to be released or not or what, but he started streaming a box opening and all that. That was kind of out there. I think someone else spoiled the Fable, which is really shitty. It happens, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of shitty for the surprise factor and all that. And then you had Channel Fireball. I mean, they apologized, but they opened like I think a case or two. Don't give me the exact numbers before everyone was supposed to reveal. So I know some of the content creators are a little bummed out because LSS goes out of their way to pick people who like the game, promote the game. They're like, hey, here's a box for you to open. I want you to be the first one to do it and all that. And then when these people break the rules and all that, it kind of sucks for them. But last night I was watching Unseals, Chris and Fluke do box opening. And you gotta remember is, even when the set's released, we still like to watch people do box openings because it's like the personality, their comments, their viewpoints on things that get you excited. Now when I was watching the European guy open the box, I didn't care for a thing he was saying. Well, one thing, I didn't even understand his language. But two, he wasn't that exciting at all. So I'm like, alright, well I'm getting to see some cool cards, but like, who the hell is this guy? And what is he doing? And does he even know this game and all that? So when someone knows the game, they're excited about it, passionate about it, and Chris goes boom like that when he opens the card, it's fucking exciting. So continue to support the content creators, watch the box openings this week. I think there's a lot going on today. And then watch them when they get open and all that next week when it's legal to start doing so. So with that in mind is I'll probably go deep dive into what I think of Everfest in a week or two right now. These are some of my first impressions. But I think that the block is now closed, if we're considering in blocks. We say, Welcome to Wrath, Arcane Rising, Crucible War was the first talent list block. Now we had Monarch, Tales of Aria, and Everfest, third block. We had talents, but even though Everfest didn't have talents in them. But that was the talent block, or first whatever. So now we're going to go to standalone next, see what happens. But don't forget Monarch, don't forget Tales of Aria. If you want to collect certain cards and cold foils, you have a hero you like, I recommend you do it now. Keep in mind though, this is not financial advice, because If Monarch is a higher print run than people expect, prices may go down, and you may be sad about it. But if the print runs are lower than people expected, the price may go up. There's a lot of other factors into this too, so I don't want to go into that. But I do recommend, though, if you are trying to get Monarch cards, even Tales of Aria, I would do that now. Now, there's still a lot of probably boxes on the market for Tales of Aria, but I think Unlimited is a really short print run for that. And I have not heard any news on print runs, not print runs. There's going to be Unlimited for Everfest too. So I'm really bullish on Everfest. I put a lot of money into it because I believe in it. I didn't believe in Flesh and Blood in general, but I believe in the Everfest set too because it's very. I love Crucible War. I like how it supports all the heroes. It keeps things exciting. So everyone, enjoy the Everfest season. Next week I'll get back to you with some box openings. This is going to be a really exciting time, and I really look forward to print runs. I really look forward to even the next set coming out because I love Flesh and Blood and love playing the game. I love investing, collecting all of it. I just love talking about it, playing it, and just everything about it. So LSS, I want to say thank you for keeping up all the good work. Actually, I have one last statement on this. It is very easy to be negative and complain about things like that too. I'm going to say this in a lot of my videos, but I want to leave this for then because I'm not sure that many people will get to this point. That's probably a Rudy comment. But anyways, the point is, it's easy to complain about things you don't like about the set. Am I that excited about items? So. Do items have a bigger part to play? Probably, because I had not thought about it. Will items be bigger play in the future? Potentially. I don't know how else is planned. So it's very easy to be negative. Let's say your hero didn't get as much love as you wanted. Okay, well, there's other heroes to play. You could always try someone else new. And then maybe your hero will get some more stuff in the future. So the thing is, don't be so negative. Look at the positive things. Maybe you didn't get everything you wanted to set, but look at the things of the set that you like about it. Enjoy it. Open it. And look forward to the future of Flesh and Blood because this game's going to be around for a long time. Bye, guys. Have a good one.